Hello, my name is Jeffrey Peplinski, and I'm a full stack software developer. I'm a veteran in the United States Navy, where I was an Arabic linguist, and I was also a geolocation operator for the NSA. I chose to become a programmer for two reasons. First, as someone who earned a bachelor's degree in music composition, I really enjoy building creative logical structures. Second, the software development industry is growing. There's a lot of upward momentum for someone in that career field. My primary instrument in college was the double bass. There aren't many applications out there that have a robust selection of products or functionality. That's why I designed a box service application called Bass in a Box. It's a service that ships sheet music, strings, and other accessories to double bass and electric bass players each month. The technologies that I used to design this application are MySQL for the databases, the Django REST framework to make all the backend HTTP requests, React.js to make it highly functional, HTML, CSS to make a nice designed user interface, and Bootstrap, React Google-Charts, and JSON web tokens for authentication. So how about we go through the process of setting up a new customer by registering James Jamerson, the legendary Motown bassist. So for the new customer, if they can't log in yet, they click register and it brings them to this page where they can put in their username, James Jamerson. And we'll just put in any old email here. And password will be Motown 24. So when they register, it immediately brings them back to the login page. And they must type in their information, Motown 24. So then we log in and we come to the customer homepage. Now the customer homepage has very little displayed because the customer still has to finish registration. Now, if we click that, it takes us to the finishing the registration page. We can input their information. Let's say the 12 Motown Street. It's in Detroit, Michigan. Zip code 48 something, USA. Number, telephone number, it's just 555, etc. So when we complete the registration, we come back to the customer homepage. Now all of that information is displayed. There's their name, their address, telephone number. Now, their monthly charge is $0 because they haven't ordered anything yet. In order to order something, they need to take the survey. James Jamerson, legendary Motown bassist, he wants to learn, let's say, the double bass this time around. Has he ever played the double bass? Well, maybe not. So he might be a beginner. Can he read notation? Yes. And since he was in more of the jazz world, let's say he actually wants to learn classical music. Now there's an algorithm built into this survey that the contents of the boxes are determined by the instrument choice, the skill level, and the music style that they chose. So with all of these, he would hit submit, and here are the product selection based on the survey. Now, for instance, here's the beginner package. He was a beginner, so he, if he wasn't a beginner, you click here and the beginner package would not be there. So we're going to go back to beginner, submit, and sorry, he wanted the double bass. And now we have 3 different tiers of boxes. We have the budget box, the basic box, and the bougie box. And all they would get in each one is a certain number of pieces, exercises, and sets of strings. Sets of strings 1 time a year for the budget, 2 times, and 4 times. As a beginner, he also has access for the one-time purchase of the beginner package. You can get 1 package full of technique and exercise books for the beginner. And there's also a learning portal, which is under development right now, but it would be a place where they could watch instruction videos to be able to learn their instrument. So let's say James wants to go with the bougie box. He selects it, stays lit up, and then we go to checkout. So what we have this shipping information here. Since it's a box service, they don't need 1 day, 2 day shipping, it'll show up, each month. So for now, we just have this one type of shipping. Now, if there's anything wrong with his address, oops, he accidentally typed 12, it's supposed to be 15 Motown Street, he can update his address, and there's an alert window that comes up and confirms that the address has been updated in the database. And then when he's ready, he can proceed to payment, and we come to a simple credit card payment page. So he has a MasterCard, so he puts in the number, expiration date, and security code. And then he can place the order. And this will bring us back to the customer page. And since he placed the order, the monthly charge is at 0. It would show the amount he owed for the bougie box if he hadn't already paid. And if he did pay for the online portal, he could go here, but right now it's under construction. And there's one more feature I'd like to show you, is there's also an employee side. So we have one employee named Jim Bob, and we will already log him in. The employees are only registered by the site admin. So you can't have an employee just register themselves, or someone register themselves as an employee. Jim Bob has already been registered. We'll log him in, and we come to the employee page. The employee page shows his username, his actual name, department, position, telephone number, and then we have these helpful table and chart. The table shows number of customers, how many percentage of them are subscribers to the different boxes in the online portal. There's no subscriber to the beginner package because it's a one-time thing. And this shows the amount of money that's being paid monthly from all the customers. Then we have a chart, which was made from React Google-Charts, that just shows the popularity of the boxes and of the products that have been purchased so far. So you have 6 of those, 5 of those, etc. Now for future sprints, what I would really like to do to make this a much more functional page is to first off add a PayPal or Stripe API so that real purchases could actually take place. Another thing I would like to do is really build up the framework of the online learning portal, show videos, possibly videos that were uploaded to YouTube on a private channel that can be accessed through this application using the YouTube API. And I would also like to update the functionality of the customer homepage so that instead of just showing, what they owe monthly, which assumes, this current month, for now, what I would show is what they owe a month. I would build a table with an HTML table that showed what they owe monthly, and if they currently owe something monthly, and all the times that they've actually paid each month with the dates that they paid. Or if they just decide to pay the annual fee, I would set up a way for them to be able to just pay it all off in one go. And there would be much more I'd want to add, but for now, that would be in the next sprint. And I think Base in a Box is a very exciting future, especially for base players like myself. And I really want to thank you for your patience, and thank you for watching my presentation.